Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Always Bayern Chelsea show. Feeling good today, feeling great after a big 2-0 victory for Bayern Munich over domestic rivals Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League round of 16. Winning 5-0 against Leverkusen on aggregate is huge. Bayern right now is probably the most in form they've been all season. Now, they lost over the weekend 2-3 to Bochum, one of the bottom of the table teams battling for relegation, or to not be relegated, I should say, in the Bundesliga. But I mean, that was a little bit different. Vincent Kompany rested all 11 of their starters. I guess outside of Leon Goretzka, you could say Pavlovic is actually the number one, but he's ill right now. So regardless, that lineup over the weekend, I'm willing to say it was a fluke with how that match went, especially Pellegrini getting the red card, Gnabry missing a penalty. That match was a fluke. Bayern Munich is back today, and Bayern Munich is on right now. But yeah, I guess before I go any further, I should say this is indeed a video episode of the Always Bayern Chelsea show, so go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Right now, similar to last week, how we did this, if you were there to watch my breakdown of the first leg of this round of 16 tilt, this video is just going to be me going over this match, giving my reactions raw right after the match. And Jim will provide his thoughts about the Chelsea match coming up on Thursday, second leg of their Conference League tie against Copenhagen. And yeah, I will combine the two. Maybe Jim will give me a video this time, or maybe I'll have to use another beautiful image of him like I did on the last one. And yeah, I'll combine them, put them together, make a full video. We'll release it on either Thursday or Friday, depending on how quickly I can edit. And you'll get the full Bayern-Chelsea reaction to the European play that's going on this week. But yeah, I guess without further ado, man, let's just talk about this match, because another great match, another fun match. Vincent Kompany put together a great game plan. He wasn't too aggressive, but he wasn't too passive. Bayern, meaning the squad, the players, rose to the occasion once again under the brightest of lights in these UCL knockout ties. And if you remember last week, I was really, really excited about that, and I was really proud of the guys. And I'm sitting here today feeling the exact same way, especially proud of Harry Kane, who once again put on a masterclass legacy performance. 3 goals and 1 assist over this 2-leg stretch here. Over the 2-leg stretch, 1 goal and 1 assist today. I mean, he just keeps providing. He does so much more even than what's on the stat sheet. He defends so well. His just ability to link up the offense to the defense, his distribution, all of it. I could sit here and gush about Harry Kane's performance over these 2 legs all night long, but I will go ahead and list off Vincent Kompany's starting lineup, which was the exact same as last week, with the exception of Jonas Erbig in between the sticks at keeper, filling in for Manuel Neuer, who got injured last week celebrating Jamal Musiala's goal, which, yeah, that's the classic old guy injury, isn't it? Running a little bit too much after a goal in celebration and getting hurt. But that is a blow for Bayern. Obviously, Manuel Neuer, the greatest goalkeeper of all time. You're going to miss him. You're going to miss not just his saves and his physical attributes, but also the way that he plays, the way that he communicates, the way that he is that sweeper keeper, almost playing as another center back at times. But I need to mention, Jonas Erbig did so much today, and I was very, very pleased with how he played, very impressed with him, very proud of him for how he played. He got a number of key saves, especially at the end there, but also with just how he carries himself. He looks confident. He looks like he belongs. And, a month or two ago, this guy was riding the bench at a Zweite Bundesliga side, Cologne, the second Bundesliga, and right now he's putting up awesome performances. I mean, racking up a clean sheet in his Champions League debut. I think there's a bright future ahead for this kid, and I can't I'm not going to anoint him right now as the next Manuel Neuer, but I can't say enough positive things out of what I've seen from him so far. I would go as far to say as, such a small sample size, so obviously this can change, but right now what I've seen out of Urbig is maybe even more promising than what I've seen in the limited run that we saw Daniel Peretz or what we've seen from Alexander Nubel at Stuttgart. I'm not ready to make that call quite yet, but it's a good start for Urbig. Now, getting back to the rest of the back line, Alphonso Davies, like I said, had that goal at left back. Really good match from Davies once again. Alphonso Davies is, having the comeback season of all comeback seasons this year, and he looks so mature, so much more steady in how he defends. He was always going to be that offensive threat, but the way he defended, really throughout this whole season has been awesome. Upamecano and Kim Min-jae were the center backs, and boy, these two put up a great showing today. Obviously, Leverkusen was going to be more offensive today. I mean, they came into this match down 3 goals, so they had to do something. And these two just locked it up. Upamecano especially, I can remember a number of key blocks. Again, Kompany asks a lot of these center backs, and both of them are a little bit banged up right now, and both of them performed beautifully tonight. Konrad Laimer at the right back position. I don't think it was Laimer's strongest match, to be honest. He was his normal aggressive self, which I usually like, but today I don't think it worked out that well. He got a yellow card right away, really weak yellow card. I'll say that, and I'll maybe comment on the officiating in that first half as we get going here. But just not Leimer's best match. He got subbed out at halftime for Josip Stanisic, who I thought looked a little bit better today. Kompany probably just trying to protect him from not getting another yellow, so smart move there. But, I really like Konrad Laimer. I think he's had an incredible season filling in at right back. Keep in mind he's not a natural right back. The guy's a midfielder, and he's been arguably our best right back, with Stanisic out and Boué out for a lot of the year as well. So I like Laimer a lot, but I just thought it wasn't his strongest match today. The midfield, Leon Goretzka and Joshua Kimmich showed, why they were that midfield pairing when Bayern had their sextuple season, and they showed their chemistry together. They both were great, is what I'm trying to say. They did a great job there, dominating the midfield. Maybe not a complete domination just because of how much Leverkusen had to try to be offensive, but overall a great performance by the midfield. The attacking setup was Kingsley Coman, Jamal Musiala, Michael Olise, and Harry Kane. I'll just say it right now, Harry Kane was the man of the match. I said it before, but another legacy performance from him. Kane was everywhere at once. Jamal Musiala, great match from him as well. He definitely deserved a goal in this one. Got kind of unlucky, hit the crossbar, hit the post. He was just a threat all night. He was a menace. He was causing headaches for Leverkusen's defense all night. So great match from Musiala, I thought. Kingsley Coman, once again, was, maybe the weakest link out of the attack. But he did what he had to do. That's no means a criticism of Kingsley Coman. I actually think he's better right now than he has been all season long. So I really like what Coman offers, especially defensively. Although, like I said, he was maybe the least threatening in terms of attacking presence. And then you had Michael Olise, who I thought was good as well. Probably not Olise's strongest match, but again, he's another guy who's just so threatening with his movement, and Olise put up a couple of good shots that just maybe narrowly missed or got saved a couple of times that I can remember. So yeah, that's how Bayern lined up. Leverkusen, of course, was missing Florian Wirtz, who got injured this weekend in their loss to Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. Wirtz is going to be out for a little bit. He's going to miss those Nations Leagues quarterfinals, I believe. Germany's playing against Italy. And that's obviously a bummer for Julian Nagelsmann and co. over at the German national team. But of course a bummer for Leverkusen as well. Missing this match wasn't easy for them. Xabi Alonso finally played Patrick Schick up top as a striker. Thought he should have did that in the first match against Bayern. I thought that he set up Leverkusen maybe not necessarily to fail, but he set them up at a disadvantage. Sticht is such a good attacking player. He narrowly missed the goal a couple times tonight, and maybe even had a shot or two that Urbig put up a very nice save on. So, yeah, just a kind of, I don't know, too little too late maybe from Xabi Alonso in this one. I think he over-tinkered a little bit. I think he overthought that starting first leg matchup and really did Leverkusen a disservice. Now, I think he's a great coach, one of the best young coaches in the world. I think that Leverkusen is a great, great team, but, I think that Alonso let them down a little bit, and I think that the players certainly let themselves down as well. Really just a poor performance from Leverkusen all around, outside of a few guys. I actually thought Tah did pretty good today. I'm not the biggest Jonathan Tah fan, but I thought he did good today. But yeah, not much to really say about the first half, honestly. Both teams had some chances. I thought if you were going by XG, I'm not sure what it was. I think Leverkusen was maybe slightly leading, but I would have said about 0.5, 0.6 XG for both teams on that first half. Bayern put in a couple shots that got saved. Really uneven officiating in that first half, which was pretty unfortunate. The ref was so quick to card Bayern. Leimer got a card. Coman got a card for almost nothing, for accidental grazing, I'll call it. And Leverkusen was incredibly physical. I mean, they usually are, but I think they were trying to intimidate Bayern out front and were very, very physical and just got away with a lot of, I'm not going to say dirty plays, but a lot of plays that should have certainly been fouls. Bayern's biggest chance in the first half, amazing work by Jamal Musiala, finds Harry Kane in the box. Kane's past the defense about to score, and he's wrapped up and tackled by Tah and I think one other defender. I don't really know how that's not a clear goal-scoring opportunity. I left this game more confused than I ever have been with the rules of soccer. It seems like every official has a different view on what's a clear goal-scoring opportunity versus what's a red card versus what's a yellow card versus what's just a foul, what's not a foul. Maybe I'm a little jaded because of the events over the weekend with Polina's red card and whatnot, but I feel like I don't really know what's what anymore, especially with the cards that Bayern got versus some of these no calls like the one on Kane there in the first half. But I don't want to complain about it too much. I just really, that's one of the only noticeable or noteworthy things to mention about the first half in my opinion. So that was that. Like I said, Kompany brought off Leimer at halftime, brought on Stanisic. I thought that was a great move. As I said, you don't need to risk Leimer getting another card. He's aggressive. And I mean that in a good way. Leimer, plays with so much heart, and I would love a guy like that if I was a coach. But yeah, I mean, this wasn't the time to keep him in, right? You were up 3-0 on aggregate, and it's fine to take him out. I think Josip Stanisic is a great player, so it was good to see him getting some run as well. And then I guess the other thing to mention, first half, like I said, I was so happy with Jonas Urbig all game, but yeah, first half, thought he did great. So I guess the next thing to mention really would be that goal that came in the 52nd minute to Harry Kane. Started from a free kick that Joshua Kimmich really looped in nicely, and it found Harry Kane. There was probably a miscommunication by Leverkusen on that free kick because it was really poor defending. I don't know who should have been marking Kane or if the goalkeeper should have ran out farther, but it was almost like the ball just landed to Kane and he put it in the back of the net without too much trouble, really, certainly without as much trouble as there should have been for a goal like that in the Champions League. So, moment of the match right there. It's 4-0. The tie is over. I was confident that Bayern was going to take care of business today just with how they played last week. I wasn't really worried about today in the sense that maybe some people would have been. But, I mean, right there, it's really over. You're slamming the door shut in Leverkusen's face with that one. So, unfortunately, 58th minute, Kingsley Coman gets injured, has to come out. Leverkusen's getting more desperate at this point. They're playing even more physical, fouling even more, and the ref is forced to give cards at this point. I'm not sure at the time of recording. Like I said, this is right after the Bayern match, so I'm not sure what Coman's injury is at this point. But hey, maybe you rest him against Union Berlin. I certainly would. Give a guy like Leroy Sané some minutes. But I'm hoping that Kingsley Coman is not out for too long because, like I said, he's been playing a lot better lately. It's kind of the Coman cycle. I mentioned this to Jim, but as soon as he starts playing better, he gets injured. So I'm going to wish the best for him and hope he comes back strong. 69th minute, Hiroki Ito comes on for Michael Olise. Vincent Kompany, he's resting some guys. He's shoring up the defense. Another sub that I think was smart right there. And then 71st minute, we get the second goal of the match by Alphonso Davies, assisted by Harry Kane. It started from a long ball that was from either Kimmich or Goretzka, I can't remember, but it was a beautiful long ball all the way up to Serge Gnabry, who came in for the injured Kingsley Coman. Gnabry does a nice job controlling the ball, finds Kane, who has just unbelievable vision, and lays a perfect pass up to Alphonso Davies. All Davies has to do is tap it in. It was a good run by Davies, great awareness by Davies. I don't mean to take anything away from him there, but really just incredible vision, incredible awareness by Kane, getting rewarded for that incredible vision and awareness that he was showcasing all night and all throughout the first leg with the assist there. I mean, just another reason why Harry Edward Kane was the man of the match and is the best player in the world right now. And we'll hopefully be breaking this trophyless streak because yesterday I was over at the pitch over at the park, really by my house, playing soccer with two young kids who showed up, and of course had to take them to school. But one of the kids goes to me, goes, "So who's your favorite player?" And I say, "Well, it's got to be either Thomas Muller or Harry Kane." And he says, "Well, how come Harry Kane doesn't have any trophies right now?" And at that moment, I realized I could never escape the banter, whether it be online, whether it be in real life. No matter what I do, I'm going to be getting chirped at. But, I had the realization after that moment that it might just be a few short months here, and all of our pain, all of our shackles will be released. We'll be free from this burden of never winning a trophy as Harry Kane fans here. So, I'll have the last laugh, I think. Before long here, I will definitely have the last laugh. But anyways, back to the match here. 84th minute. I'm just taking a look at my notes here because, I'm still in such a daze from this wonderful match. But 84th minute, Polina and Muller come on for Goretzka and Kane. Bayern has a few more chances at the end here. I mentioned Musiala hitting the crossbar and then the post. That both of those happened towards the end. And also Urbig had a couple of monster saves at the end. I mean, you can imagine Leverkusen's putting on all their attacking players, doing whatever they can just to get a goal or two back. But Urbig earned that clean sheet, especially towards the end. With some huge saves. So I'd recommend looking those up if you want to take a look at what that jacked kid has to offer. A lot of people are commenting on his physique because he certainly does look jacked out there. So I guess it's a testament to his work ethic and all that stuff. But as far as match awards go for this one, I'm going to go with Harry Kane, man of the match. No surprise there. And I wanted to give Jonas Urbig the Robin just because I think he deserved a huge shout out for his performance today. Again, being so young, being so new to Bayern, and stepping up under the bright lights, it's just huge. Underrated, I'm giving to Musiala just because, like I said, I think the guy really deserved a goal. He put in a great performance. Defender, I'm saying Diet Upamecano. I mean, tough to say. You could have gave that one to Davies. You could have gave it to Kim maybe, but I just thought Upa was really the strongest leader of that back line, and there's rumors that he's going to be extending his contract soon, and I sure hope that's true because he put on a sweet performance today, and he's been stepping up in these big matches as well. So credit to Upamecano. He looked great out there, but yeah, now we move on to the quarterfinals, and we will be facing Inter Milan, the best team in Italy right now. A very, very tough, formidable side. A team that's not unbeatable, I think. From what I know about Milan, they're a very, very solid team. But Bayern Munich has, Harry Kane, Jamal Musiala, Michael Olise, Alphonso Davies, Joshua Kimmich. Bayern has a lot of stars who I think can do damage to this Inter team if they play as they have been. The two legs of this Leverkusen tie, I think Bayern will have a good shot if they can put that performance up again. But again, I think Inter's a very, very solid team and a very mature team. And you need those things, certainly, in the UCL. I think we saw that Leverkusen isn't quite there yet. I think they're not quite as mature as you need to be to advance very far in a competition like this. So I'm looking forward to this tie. I think the matches are going to be April 8th or 9th, and then April 14th or 15th. First leg will be at the Allianz. Second leg will be over there in Milan. So we're going to have all the coverage here at Always Bayern Chelsea. But the weekend, as far as that goes, coming up here, Bayern faces off against Union Berlin, travels to Berlin in the Bundesliga, inching closer to that Bundesliga title. Got to keep winning in the Bundesliga. I think this will be a match where Kompany will maybe rest a few guys. He'll probably will rest one of the center backs. I think he'll rest, like I said, Coman, depending on what his injury is. But regardless, he'll get some rest, I believe. And I think that Olise maybe will also get some rest. And we'll see as far as everything else goes. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few more subs in there. Maybe Ito will get the call or Stanisic will get the start or something like that. But just another match that Bayern's got to win. And it would be nice if they could just keep rolling in the Bundesliga, keep a big lead on Leverkusen there, and then really focus on the Champions League as these, as the season comes to an end, as these matches roll on and we get into the business end of this season where every match is so meaningful. But I have confidence in Bayern right now. I like the way that they're playing. I think they can beat Berlin. I mean, they certainly can. I think they're going to beat Berlin. Union Berlin started off the season very strong. They're a very solid defensive side, but they kind of lack that attacking star power, I'll say, that would make you really fear what they can do. But like I said, they're a solid side. I mean, they've been slipping as of late. They started off the season very strong and then went through a big rough patch. Although I want to say they beat Frankfurt 2-1 last weekend, if I'm recalling correctly. I might have to fact check myself on that one, but hey, maybe throw away last weekend's Bundesliga results because no home side got a win. Bayern lost, Leverkusen lost, Frankfurt lost, so maybe throw away those results. But regardless, they're potentially not in the worst possible form, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But nonetheless, a team that Bayern should be able to beat if they put their best foot forward and if they want to keep that death grip on top of the Bundesliga and just get Kane that first trophy and get these kids away from me, I guess. You know what I mean. Shut up the haters. So I think that's going to about do it for me here right now. Just wanted to give a quick reaction right after this match, and I'll get Jim's reaction to the Chelsea match, and we will put them together in a big European video for you all. I don't think I got anything else to say, but of course subscribe to the YouTube channel because, hey, during the business end of the season, there's nowhere else you'd rather be with us here at Always Bayern Chelsea. So thank you for listening. Mia san mia, always.
I'm in my car after a good day of work. Watched the Chelsea match, and it was a nothing burger. A complete nothing burger. I mean, really nothing to say about this match. Dewsbury Hall gets a really nice goal, actually, in the second half. Saw somebody online say he was prime Eden Hazard. Don't know about that, but kind of lucky with a bounce his way, but slithers through the defenders and puts in a nice goal. Even though he is just a putrid player. But, yeah, Chelsea just don't seem to have an answer for when a team goes with a back five and a low block, It's interesting. You're really missing a player like João Felix in a scenario like this. But ultimately, Chelsea get the win 3-1 on aggregate against Copenhagen and are through to the quarterfinal. Looks like they don't know for sure who they'll play yet. There's a tie that's currently in a draw when I'm looking at this, so that'll be interesting to see what happens in the second week of April for Chelsea in the round of 8, the quarterfinal in the Conference League. So that'll be great to see. But for now, Chelsea get a much-needed, boring match. And my gas is low. It's telling me to get to the gas station. So I'm going to do that right now. Yeah, up the Chelsea.